Hey everyone, Bronze Dragon here. Thanks for dropping by. Yesterday, we had an awesome live stream. AnneliseCW from the Atlas Earth team joined us and basically did more than an hour of an AMA style conversation where she answered all the questions that came in for her that we had time for. So, I thought it would be a good idea to take that live stream, since there are some people on this, a decent amount of people on this channel that don't attend the live stream, and condense it a little bit. It's still going to be a rather long episode, but it's chock full of really good information from Annelise. And I want to once again thank her for stopping by the live stream and chatting with us yesterday. Also, I'm going to leave the link to her channel in the show notes below. So if you want to go check out her channel and like and subscribe, she would appreciate it too. So with that said, let's get into it. You've got your mic turned all the way up. Okay, so do you, let's start off. Do you, first of all, thank you for joining us from vacation. I didn't expect that, but when you popped into my chat and volunteered, I'm going to jump all over that. So
Absolutely.
thank you, ma'am. So with that said, are there any topics that you would like to discuss right off the bat before we jump into questions?
No, I'm willing to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. I just have a caveat
Okay.
that if it's something that I cannot say, then I will tell you.
Okay. Understood. There are definitely things that you can't discuss, things that are still in motion. I'm scrolling through the chat. Okay, the first question I see here is from James F. And he asks, will we ever be able to see the whole radius of parcels we can buy rather than the small rectangle on our screen?
That is an excellent question. So that's entirely going to depend on the size of your screen. So when I go and buy a parcel, usually I'm on my phone and I have a slightly smaller screen, but sometimes I'll take my iPad with me and I can see a lot more than I can on my phone. And I can buy all parcels on my screen.
Okay, understood. Yes, I think we've talked about this before. In other words, I think that if you possibly can and you want to see more on your screen, then take a tablet with you.
Yeah, something with a larger screen
Mm-hmm.
that, yes, absolutely.
But that doesn't always, does that mean you're going to be able to buy more farther out or just see them?
You can.
Okay.
As long as it's on your screen, it doesn't have to be in the green squares. That'll be outside of the green squares.
Okay.
You can absolutely buy it.
Okay. So theoretically, well, I was just thinking through this as we're talking about it. So theoretically, I could take my iPad with me and I could hook it up to my, since I don't have a mobile plan on it, I could hook it up to my phone for the Wi-Fi, and then I could use that to play Atlas Earth, not
Yes,
having Atlas Earth. Okay. So, and be able to access more
absolutely.
parcels. Okay, good question. Good question. Okay, rolling on. Poker Mouse says, just like to say a massive thank you for the AMA the other night. I'd like to hear you do one with Bronze and the King of Queens. That would be interesting.
It really would. And I'm actually starting a new series on my channel where I'm going to be doing player interviews. And there are some players that are, you have to be on the global leaderboard to start out with. And there are some players in the top 25 and above that I will be talking to. But I was reserving King of Queens for Bronze since I know he had already reached out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I have the King of Queens, and there's another top member of the leaderboard that I'm going to be, which I had planned to do this last week, but this week just all went to heck in a handbasket, right? So, yeah, so check out Annelise's channel here on YouTube, and she'll be starting that up. But yeah, I think all of us are open to doing different things. It's just finding the right time that kind of jives for all of us, right? So. Okay, rolling on. I'm skipping over all the regular chat and I'm just going to the questions while Annalise is spending some time here with us. RetroCube says, "Can you do an AMA with Derek sometime?"
Oh, Derek. Oh, he is so awesome. I've met him in person multiple times. He is one of the coolest dudes you'll ever meet. And he's very much like what you see in game and on the videos. I can talk to him when I see him in a couple weeks and see if he has time.
So, what is Derek's official position?
That's a great question. I know he's in the marketing department, and I believe he's the head of creative,
Okay.
but I don't really pay attention to his job title because to me he's just Eric.
Yeah.
Um,
One of those people that
yes,
wears several hats.
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. He always seems very high energy when I see him on screen.
He is high energy in person as well.
Okay. Okay. So sounds good. That's a maybe. So we have Brandon asking, will there be an official Atlas Earth calculator app?
That is an excellent question. And right now, we are letting the players who have created the calculators have the calculators. There's a couple of really excellent ones out there. Atlas Gains in the Australia area was created by a fairly new player. Parsley, an app out there, and the Atlas Earth calculator that a lot of us tend
Mm-hmm.
to use ourselves. But if we were to do something Atlas officially, then we would take away from all of that
Yeah.
hard work that they've done.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point. Especially the official Atlas Earth calculator I've been using since I started playing, and has really helped my channel progress. He's continued to work on it over all the years and bring it forward. So good point. So Lady Sharon asks, it's been a while since we've had maintenance, and I know that you said that the day thing was going to be fixed next time. What's the ETA to the next maintenance fix?
So we've actually had a few maintenances
Yeah,
that you all didn't notice because we were able to do them without turning off the game, which is exactly what we want to do. We want to try to limit the number of times we're actually turning off the game for you because we want you to be able to access it.
definitely.
Um, absolutely. So the daily login, if you're still having problems with it, should be fixed. So if you are having a problem, reach out to support so we
Yeah.
can see what's going on.
Definitely. I think that chain of getting something fixed always starts with that support ticket, and it's probably because I'm a support guy. If you don't have a ticket in, they don't know about it, right? And to her point, I think that daily login was fixed some time ago for me. So it's been a few weeks. So if you're still having a problem, put in a ticket with all the details. Okay. Next question from Donnie S. Annalise, a while back, I gave you info about in Europe, lots of people don't use credit cards. I asked if there was a possibility you can pay with Ideal or Wero in the future. Is there any info or anything new on this?
I'd love for it to be something other than credit cards. And this is actually something I bring up internally often because credit cards are not as prevalent everywhere. We are thinking about and talking about various different methods of doing subscriptions and things like that, but we just don't have anything solid yet.
Mm-hmm.
I want to fix this for you. I really do. And it's been a problem for a long time.
So it's on the board. It's a known thing, and it's being worked on. They're just looking for a good solution.
Mhm.
Okay. Coffee fueled mistakes. Love that name. Says with landmarks, besides the new bid tokens, will there be any other landmark specific resources required to win one? Or will only existing in game resources be used?
That is a great question. And oh, I want to spill the beans. So landmarks are coming so extremely soon that before I left for vacation, I have prepped announcements because they will either be coming while I'm on vacation or not long after. Bid tokens will be coming to game very, very soon. You'll have an opportunity to earn them, and anybody can earn them. Once the bid tokens are in game, we're going to see landmarks sooner. As to in-game resources, I got to be careful not to spill what's going on. Let's just say anybody who has played the game for a few months at least should be able to be in the running to get a landmark.
Okay, I think you're doing a nice tippy toe dance on a thin line.
I'm tried. I really tried.
Okay. Yes, I will say that I think I can say that Annalise got a hold of myself and Pharaoh Silver before she left on vacation. Said, "I don't know when this is happening, but I have an announcement prepped, and something's going to happen pretty soon." So we're just looking for it. And I think if you watch the AMA, if you didn't, go back and watch it after this. But she talked a little bit more about it. And whenever all the details, when she releases that, then you can expect a video from myself and probably Pharaoh Silver as well. So with all the details, we do a lot of speculation. I do a lot of speculation on this channel by saying, from just thinking through logically things. But some things, until you know the facts, you just can't really say anything about them. So, okay, let's see here. Brandon asks, will there be a watch companion app?
Not yet. I don't know if there'll ever be one, but at this time, we're not planning on programming one.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like, and I have an Apple Watch, it seems like even with the biggest watch, the real estate is so limited. From a programming standpoint and from a, organizing things on a mobile screen, you have so little space compared to like on a full computer screen. And then take that 5 steps further on a watch. You have such small space on a watch that I don't really know what you could do in Atlas Earth on your watch other than just look at your basic numbers. And I don't know. But okay, so it's not on the list. And that makes sense. Let's see here. Okay, I skipped over that one. This one is from Poker Mouse. Does Annalise know what country the mouse is from, or don't want to have her call out? Oh, do you know
I
where?
do. And you know what's so funny is in my AMA, I said a country, and I'm like, that is not the right country. The poker mouse is from the UK.
Yes,
I
Poker
got
Mouse
I
is.
got there in the end.
And Poker Mouse is a big supporter of my channel. And here's a little trivia: his wife is now playing Atlas Earth as well.
Wonderful, Mrs. Mouse. Welcome.
Let's see here. Now we're rolling on to Bank of America's question. Annalise, been wondering why they ever add on, will they ever add on to the 90-day streak? So maybe past 90 days, or will we ever get rewarded for getting to 90 days? It's just disappointing reaching 90 and no reward. Why would you not get reward when you reach 90? You get the 90-day reward. I don't
Yes.
know.
So if you didn't get the 90-day reward, that means you missed a day.
Yeah.
So it's encouraging you to log in every day and click that button. As to whether or not we will go past 90 days, this is something that we've discussed a few times. We don't have anything programmed, but there are various other apps out there that encourage streaks. I have one app that I'm on day 835.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Sami and a few other people on the team would think it'd be really, really cool to have something like that. Is whether or not it's going to be coming to game anytime soon, I can't say. But it has been talked about.
Okay, sounds good. So yeah, a lot of these games we play and a lot of the programs that we're a part of, they just basically want to encourage you to log in every day and do something with the app. So that would make sense. So the answer is yes, it's an idea they've discussed, but there's nothing planned currently. So, okay, rolling on. The investor would like to know what the name of your channel is. I will leave
Oh,
after
yes,
you can go ahead and drop a link in the chat if you want to.
sure. But you can also search me. It's spelled exactly like my YouTube name, AnneliseCW. It's in-game name. You can find me in-game as well. I will pull the link if you give me just a few minutes. But yes, you
Uh,
can
yeah.
find me easy.
Okay, I pulled you up right here. If
Oh,
you can
thank you very
see
much.
that. So I've got most of my screen covered up right now, but
I don't see anything on your screen, but that could just be on my end.
here we go. Okay, so this is her channel, Annalise. It's spelled just like her name, AnneliseCW.
Yes, it's me.
So yeah, I've got most of my screen covered up right now, but you can kind of see that in the background. And here I will drop the link in the chat.
I have a lot of Atlas Earth videos right now because I live in Ohio, which means for a good 3 to 4 months out of the year, I am pretty much confined to house.
Mm-hmm.
But since the weather is getting nicer, you will start seeing a little bit more trail walk videos. The Atlas Earth part of my life helps me travel to various different locations.
Yeah.
So you'll see me walking on trails. You'll still see me at ponds and other places in nature because why not get out and buy your parcels where you're sitting and enjoying the world?
Yeah. Well, that's part of what the game is based around, right? Getting out and exploring and getting badges from new places and, trying to take over mayorships in new places.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's roll on. Brandon asks, will we ever have crypto cash payouts?
This is
Well,
a great
that's two
question.
things. It's crypto payouts.
Yeah. So we had somebody who was formerly on the team that was working on a crypto cash out option. I do not have the status of that.
Yeah,
Um, I don't really work on the cash out side of the team, so I don't always ask.
yeah.
But I think since it says coming soon, they haven't completely dropped it. It's just not high on the priority list while they get that set up.
Yeah, as a Web3 guy, that's something that's piqued my interest over the years, and it's been coming soon forever. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that someone was manning.
It was, yes.
But I will also say that it's something we really haven't heard anything of in quite a long time, and it's something obviously logic would say if they haven't removed it from the game, then it's still on the back burner somewhere. But it's at the very low on the list as far as priorities go.
It is, yes.
Okay, let's see here. Hakakai asks or says, I mapped out areas around my city to buy badges, but when I visit that area physically, the badge does not pop out to buy. Any suggestions to fix that issue?
I'm actually a mayor of a couple of areas like this.
Hmm.
There are places that were created in game that appear on the map and you can be mayor of, but don't exactly work properly when it comes to the in game. And I don't know why, but various players have found that if you can connect to the local library Wi Fi or the local post office or something like that, sometimes that badge will pop up for you. But it does take a little bit of extra work.
Hmm. That's interesting because I think I ran into this situation one time when I was in. Yeah, it's so that's an interesting thing though. So the takeaway there is try if you're in that area to connect to a Wi-Fi of some sort instead of
Yes,
being on your cell service. Okay.
it doesn't always work.
Does not, yeah. There's a lot of times where you have to just, when we play the game and you're running into problems or something like that, a common thing is to switch Wi-Fi off or go into airplane mode. And basically what this forces your phone to do is re-find a signal. And sometimes that signal it finds will allow you to do like, get your badge available. So, the Cave Dwellers asks, what in the Atlas Earth happened yesterday? Oh,
Ah,
talking about when it
yes,
went down? Yeah.
it did. It went down. So we had, now I am not in the tech department, okay? It's been 20 years since I was doing anything techie. So I cannot tell you exactly what happened. However, it seemed that we had a packet of information somewhere that crashed, and that was causing issues. So the team took some time to diagnose and then reroute everything that was going to that packet of information so everybody could get online again.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that. We had went down for a little while, and then I had said something on my channel or on my Discord channel, and Annalise happened to see it, and she's let the proper people know about it. So, you know, in these type, I guess in this day and age, we get so used to all these services we use online just working, right? But in the background, from a tech point of view, there are so many different handshakes and so much information going back and forth to make these services work, which is what Atlas Earth is. It's a service, it's a game, that sometimes you can't really, unless you're really dug in deep into the tech, know exactly what it is. If you're troubleshooting it, you know your basic steps that if you're called upon to troubleshoot it, but sometimes it's hard to explain to people that are not as techy. So, okay.
Yes.
They got it back up and running pretty quickly, too. It wasn't down for too long.
Yeah, it was only about 40 minutes, which
Yeah.
wasn't bad.
Yes, from prior investigations I've been part of for the product that I supported, yes, 40 minutes backup is great. Okay, let's see here. Brandon asks, are we getting... okay, so he's asking about the gas stations and grocery stores in Tesoro and what the status of
Ah,
Tesoro is.
so gas stations and grocery stores. I know Sami and the Tesoro team have been talking to various different vendors, including gas stations. I'm not sure about grocery stores, but I know there's been some gas stations they've been talking to. They just don't have contracts finalized yet. So if I were to say yes and be wrong, and you guys would all correct me, uh, but they are talking. So it's a step in the right direction at least.
Yeah, I think what people need to understand is that from Atlas, this is just using my logic. From Atlas Earth side, it's marketing, right? They're trying to bring people in or companies in to use Tesoro XP as a marketing vehicle, right? And the larger the companies are, the harder it is to compete for those marketing dollars, right? There's a lot of people on the threads and stuff that kind of misinterpret that Atlas Earth really chooses who's going to be in the program. Obviously, the marketing team chooses who they go after and spend their time trying to capture new accounts, right? But at the end of the day, the company has to actually want to spend marketing dollars with Tesoro XP to be on that marketing program. So while we would love to get a national chain of grocery stores or gas stations, that would be lovely for our gameplay, right? It's very hard to get those big names on board. So, okay, let's roll on. Bank of America asks, isn't it just restarted Explorer Club after you finish the first month worth it over continuing to second and third because there's no reward for reaching 90? You know what? You evidently did not watch my video from last week because I made a video that broke this all down. So I would suggest that you go to my video from last week and it goes over the numbers of the Explorer Club. And what it boils down to is the first month, if you just do a month at a time, once in a while, you're getting 98% of what you would get if you went through all 3 months, okay, back to back to back. So your first month, you get a bunch. Your second month, you're taking a hit in your Atlas bucks. And then the third month, they got that nice amount of Atlas bucks at the very end that makes up for the hit you take in the second month. So I did the math, and the first month is you get 98% of what you would if you went back to back to back. So anything you'd like to say there, Annalise?
Oh, well, I have continued my streak on the daily login since my day 60 in game. So for me, it's just clicking the button. I don't really pay attention to the bonus amounts. Granted, I love them. I don't get me wrong, I love those bonus amounts. But I don't really pay attention to the day 90, to the day 7, the day 14, day 30, 60, etc. because I just want that free AB.
Well, it's not really free. You're paying $50 a month for it, that extra AB
That's
for the
true.
Explorer Club.
That is
So
true.
the reason I did the math is because I get this asked frequently. And it all comes down to, if you feel like you're getting your value out of the $50. My point of doing that video was to break it down and kind of show people that that big bonus at the 90 days is a nice big bonus, but you're not losing all that much if you just do a month at a time here and there. Unique Treats is here. Welcome. Says, using free to play limited income, is it better on US dollar convert for consistent Explorer Club daily logins or the reward ladder for 1 month for $15 for test run on progress from 35 to 150 parcels? Okay.
Oh wow.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's a lot. And you know what? I would not be the person to ask this question because I am not a free to play player.
Mm-hmm.
And I will never say that I have been. However, I have the opportunity to speak to a free to play player,
Mm-hmm.
Cynic's Pipe Dream. And he often loves the reward ladder because he gets that free stuff as he goes and the Explorer Club or the daily logins.
Mm-hmm.
But he really prefers to get his through the mini games.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on what you like to do the best. What is the best for you as a free to play or limited income player?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said a lot, there's a lot of times we look at what is the most efficient progress through the game, but everybody's going to play a little bit differently. And if you're strictly free to play and you don't want to put much money into the game, then But on the flip side, you have a little bit of extra time you can devote to the game, and you're a halfway decent player at the mini games, then that is a good option. I, on the other hand, don't have the time, and I'm not great at the mini games. So, but to your answer, I think it goes back. I think I answered this at the beginning of the show. Um, the value, US dollar to Atlas buck conversion, is the greatest if you go with that $10 subscription to the challenge ladder. And here's the caveat: you can complete the challenge ladder to greater than 75%. Obviously, the best if you can fully complete it. Okay.
Absolutely.
And then if you have to end up paying $15 in the middle of the month, then if you can complete it, it's worth it because you get that LPU, right? But if you can't complete it, I wouldn't pay that $15. That's personal, and I think it just comes down to the numbers. So, and here lately, also I want to chip in that a lot of shade gets thrown on the taking surveys, right? But I've been pretty lucky lately on surveys, and they've been pretty good as far as spending time. What you don't want to do, and I think I learned this with surveys and also with arcade games, is download too much and not take too many surveys back to back to back. It's do a few at a time or do a couple a day or something like that, and you will increase your daily income of Atlas bucks, which helps overall in the big picture of things, especially if they're doing a bonus, extra 20%. I just thought I'd kick that in there because I had pretty good luck with surveys this week. Droid Dude asks, "Hi, Bronze Dragon. When are we getting a video discussing your thoughts on the AMA?" I'll probably do one this week. I know Pharaoh put out his, but this last few days I've just not been in the mood to do any videos, to tell you the truth. But I would, if you haven't seen it, go back and check out the AMA because Annelise did drop a few nuggets of information. Let's see here. Bank of America asks, "Can you buy bid tokens, or will you be able to?"
At this time, you cannot buy bid tokens. You will be able to earn them in game through various different methods completely for free.
Okay. And that's a good thing because as we've kind of discussed before, the whole point is making it, a little bit more fair. I think it will still come down to, and this is just me, but it will come down to, who wants to spend the most for them, right? But you're still going to need those bid tokens to make that happen. And since you can't buy the bid tokens, that kind of evens it out a little bit. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yes, I've seen a test of how landmarks are going to work, and I'm really excited to see how they're going to be when they actually come to game for you guys.
Okay, I'm going to put it to you straight. I'm going to ask you, Annelise, does the system that you test out, does it give the little man a chance?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you heard it here first. Okay, the Cave Dwellers asks, "Will other ways to earn diamonds be coming for the homebound population?" Oh, for people bound to their homes.
At this time, no. Because our diamonds are a completely free resource in game and move around often, we do not have a way for you to be earning them other than moving around yourself at this time coming.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm frequently low on diamonds myself, so I feel your pain.
Okay. Brandon asks, "Will the screen outs ever be fixed for the Atlas surveys?"
Well, we have different screen out issues for the surveys. If you're meaning that you're not getting credited for them, then we are working with the survey vendor for that. If it's something else, then I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, I think everybody needs to take a step back. If you're not really certain how surveys work, there are just some parts of the population that get screened out frequently for one reason or another, and all it comes down to is they just weren't looking for your opinion on that specific. Like for instance, I'll get a survey open up and it will be, you can tell by the first few questions, it's about makeup or something. I get screened out automatically because guess what? I don't shop for makeup, right? And so on and so forth. Just consider that when you get screened out, they just were not looking for your demographic, right? And just move on. I have better luck with some than others. Like the short ones, I have better luck with than the longer ones. Proud Mama asks, "Are there any more AMAs planned coming soon?"
Yes. So Shane Kelly and I have already scheduled to do our next one. Um, we will be recording it this coming week. However, I will not be launching it this coming week
Okay.
because I do have a cadence of videos I want to include, including what's coming in June,
Hmm.
and I want to make sure I plan those appropriately for you.
Okay. Yeah, I remember you had yourself and Shane had mentioned on the AMA that you had a second one come up because you had so many questions come in, I guess.
Yes, and we wanted to try to keep it in digestible chunks.
Hmm.
Most of my videos are only about 5 minutes max,
Hmm.
and we knew we had more than 30 minutes worth of questions.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure you guys could piece together what you needed in short chunks.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a tough thing to do as a YouTuber to approach the whole question of how long should my videos be? Because you watch 100 different videos and they're all going to tell you something different. Do I do
Hmm.
shorts and go for the people with short attention spans, or do I do extremely long for the people that like to watch on TV, etc.? So, I think we're all for whatever you want to put out, as long as you're giving us new information.
Yes. Oh, and I made sure and I include timestamps. So if
Hmm.
you like those short, digestible 5 minute bursts, you can go to the subject that interested you in the AMA.
Definitely. I agree. Timestamps are great, and they do help you out on the YouTube algorithm and help out the users. If they're viewing your program, they can go straight to what they're interested in. Okay, moving on. Question from Heidi Wolf asks, on the watch advert, why does it fail after you've watched the ads and not alert you before? Hmm.
So we are aware of this problem,
Okay.
and our engineering team is working on it. Uh, for a while there, we were able to reproduce it often, and we're not able to reproduce it as often right now.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying it's gone away. We are still looking into it. We do know it's still an issue. It's just not as prevalent of one as it was before.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely hard to troubleshoot something if you can't lock it down and reproduce it. I can understand that. But it is being worked on. Okay, question from Heidi. She asks, will we ever be able to auto collect diamonds? And will Atlas Earth ever have new wheels and let us turn 1,000 diamonds into a ruby, for instance? First I'd heard that idea.
Ooh. So at this time, we do not have an auto collector, though I would very much love a diamond vacuum personally. I used to joke with Manning about that all the time because I'm usually a driver
Mm-hmm.
and I have to recruit somebody in the car to collect diamonds for me.
Yep.
Or I have to go out and I have one leg that doesn't necessarily like me very much. With Ohio weather,
Mm-hmm.
it's tough to get out and walk sometimes.
Yeah.
So I would love an auto collector. Now, as to whether or not we'll ever have a new wheel, that is an excellent question. Now, I can't say we will have a wheel that'll let you turn 1,000 diamonds into a ruby, though it would be cool. But you may see changes to the wheel coming in game extremely soon.
Definitely. And we'll leave it at that. But I was just thinking, why would you want to turn diamonds into a ruby? I love rubies. That's my birthstone, right? But that's like a downgrade. But I understand her point. So, while the diamond vacuum is a great idea, that's not really something that's being worked on. And there will be changes to the wheel soon. Um,
Mhm.
but that's where we're going to leave it. So look
Yes,
forward.
I'm trying very hard not to do spoilers, you guys. So very hard. But we do, like, I know soon is a joke, but really soon. And I can't emphasize it
Okay.
anymore than
So
that.
over the next week or two, look when you do your wheel spins, look for a change on the wheel. Okay, Brandon. Brandon is such a has so many questions. Uh, inquiring minds want to know: will we ever get receipt scanning for Atlas bucks?
Ah, so Sami and I talked about this at our last in-person Atlas meeting, and we went over various receipt scanning apps that I've used for beer money and other kinds of things like that. It's something that they're looking into. Now, the exact process that would be, we don't know yet,
Hmm.
but it's been talked about. We are looking into it. We're trying to see exactly how all that would work, but we can't guarantee it's going to be coming quickly.
Hmm. Sounds good. It says that the team is constantly looking for new things. Kind of along that same thought process. Here's an idea for me because I talk about this a lot. Has there been any consideration of adding something that would fit well into Atlas Earth, a walking step counter type app?
Also been discussed. Also not in the programming process at this time.
Okay. Well, I thought it just kind of played well, and obviously these type of things, you really have to look at them 8 ways to Sunday and at every different angle. How is it going to work for the player? How is it going to work for the business? And would it screw up the math that's going on in the background for Atlas Earth? So, all good ideas, as long as. Okay, let's see here. Coffee Fueled Mistakes asks, Annalise, what is the realistically possible feature or change that you most want added to the game?
Oh, there are so many things. Um, I think personally my favorite would be the diamond vacuum because I've been talking about that for, oh gosh, since 2024. Um, but there are so many different things that players have brought up that I think would be really, really cool. Whether or not I would have, if I were to pick one, oh, that'd be so tough. It's like picking a favorite child. You can't do that.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
I think I would have to go back to the Step app. I would love if they included a Step app. Step app is one of those things that's really hard to include, and it seems like other platforms do it with just more advertising. But I think I would like that as well. Let's see here. King Bolts asks, will they be adding more countries?
Yes. That's an easy answer. Yes, we are constantly mapping out new countries. Now, whether or not countries will go live is a completely different thing. Fully live countries require a lot of red tape, and we can't control what the government of that country wants us to do without going through that red tape. So you will see more mapped countries, but you might not see more live countries right away.
Okay, with that said, do we have any countries that are slated to go live soon?
Well, Portugal just got on the map. Slated to go fully live, I can't tell you.
Okay, so they're still in the process of getting it approved. Okay, so Portugal was the last one that was mapped out, however, is not currently live. Okay, let's roll on. Brandon with another question. Are we getting Apple Pay cash outs eventually?
I don't know. Um, that would entirely depend on Tremendous, our cash out vendor, and what the team wants to choose.
Okay. Bank of America says I got the reward for reaching day 90, but I'm saying like maybe a badge for reaching day 90 or maybe bid tokens for reaching day. Oh, they want something extra. You want something extra other than the Atlas bucks?
That's a cool idea, and I can't guarantee that something like that will not be coming to game. I mean, I've hit the day 90, I think 8 times now.
Mm-hmm.
It's that's massive, and I think it would be really cool to say, hey, you've done this so many times. Not something we have programmed yet, but um, excuse me, something that's been discussed.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like something that gets thrown on the idea board when the if they go back to drawing board and discuss redoing, the login, like to our previous conversation about expanding it past days. I think once you open up that conversation as far as development goes and planning, then things like that are on the board, but not until obviously they could consider that, but it seems more likely to be considered when a full, I don't want to say full revamp, but expansion, But once again, to a lot of people's points, Atlas Earth is known for taking things very slowly. And you don't want to screw up the math in the background, basically, because one little change could have disastrous consequences. Okay, let's move on. A lot of people thanking Annalise for jumping on here and spending some time with us. Proud Mama says or asks, has Tesoro partnered with other games yet, like it shows on the website?
Ah, in discussions. I don't know because I'm not on the Tesoro team. I can't tell you exactly where they are in the status of those, but I do know that they are in discussions with various other game programs.
Yeah, I was wondering how Tesoro XP could legally throw those big name games up on their website and not, have some kind of agreement with them. Okay, rolling on. Brandon once again. Will Oh, this is going to touch on one of your topics on the AMA. And sorry, I just got
Ooh,
a frog in my throat.
you're
Brandon would
fine.
like to know mini games. Will they ever be 24/7 so we can play any mini games at any time?
We are working on something like that. It will be a tournament style and a practice hall. Whether or not they are coming in the next month is probably not likely, but that is something that is being programmed. So players who are not available during the normal minigame time can play. Though I did see a question just above his that this was not marked as question that we should probably talk about. Two people walking on a trail with the same game. Can you pick up the same diamond? That's by Jesse Molina. It's just above
Okay, I've
Brent's
got it
last name.
highlighted. So what's the
Yes,
answer?
yes, you can. The diamonds are not specific per game.
Okay, that's interesting. I've wondered that before. So
We've had that question multiple times, and that's actually something Shane and I will be discussing in my next AMA.
nice. Proud Mama asks, will there ever be another roadmap?
Roadmaps are tricky.
Mm-hmm.
So, giving you guys a roadmap, I would love to do it. I really would. But if we don't hit our goals, then we get a lot of, well, where's this at? Where's this at? It's coming. And that soon becomes even more of a joke.
Yeah.
So, trying to balance exactly how much we're going to show you that we have programmed and ready to go and how much we are planning is tough.
Yeah, and I've covered many games at this point, and it's the same answer for every game company. Doing roadmaps, like you said, is very tough because as soon as you say something, people want it tomorrow, right?
Hmm.
So
I,
it,
I want it tomorrow for you.
yeah, it's very tough, um, and it also speaks to how the game is planned out and what actually can occur on a logical time-based business. In other words, a lot of these big World of Warcraft and stuff like that can kind of release the roadmaps from a 30,000 foot view and kind of hit most of this stuff. But when you get to a smaller game with a smaller development company, there are a lot of variables. So I think a lot of the smaller games just choose not to release roadmaps because they're hard to keep. What do I want to say? Keep updated correctly and keep the amount of flame wars down. In other words, just going back, as soon as you mention something, people want it tomorrow.
And I would love to give it to you guys tomorrow. I really would. There are some things I've seen coming that I'm like, oh, when is it going to be ready?
Mm-hmm. Okay, rolling on. And thank you, everybody, for attending. If you just joined us, we have AnneliseCW from the Atlas Earth team joining us from vacation and spending some time with us to answer some questions. This is episode 62. We've been doing this every Sunday at noon Eastern Time, if you'd like to join us from each Sunday. Brandon asks, will there be any more, I guess, different types of mini games?
Yes. So we are slowly working on rebuilding all of our current mini games. Golf is up next. And we have some in the planning stages that are brand new. Now, I can't guarantee that these planned ones are going to be perfect because sometimes you do a swing and a miss.
Mm-hmm.
Rock, paper, scissors, anyone?
Mm-hmm.
But we are working on planning some future minigame ideas.
Okay, that's good news. So heard it here first. New mini games are being planned. However, they're not mentioning them yet. And, just to what Annalise said, sometimes you try something and it just doesn't work. So hence rock, paper, scissors being taken down. Decave Dwellers asks, will mayorships and badges be broken down further in the future? I ask because I'm Colorado. The mountains fall under the same area as a county. That makes it impossible to get a mayor badge.
Yeah, this is something that's been discussed and debated, and we understand the difficult nature of some of these large spread areas under one badge. There's been the possibility of doing neighborhoods,
Okay.
but neighborhoods wouldn't work in all situations. For example, if you did a neighborhood where I'm at, there would be hardly anything left.
Mm-hmm.
So finding the line between what we can do and put in game and what we need to leave alone is tricky. But we've talked about it.
Mhm. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, here's a good one that comes up once in a while. Brandon asks, will we be able to move around our existing LPUs eventually?
Something that's also been talked about, but not currently being programmed. I know there's been a few issues with LPUs getting put down on top of others or things like that that the team is aware of. We're not against it. It's just programming wise, that's going to be a little bit more complex. So we're
Mm-hmm.
going to work on some other things first.
Mm-hmm. Well, on that point, I will say that after having been broken for me for months on end, I did put a new LPU down this month, and I was actually able to see the graphics of it to be able to turn it around. Previously, for several months, I usually put one LPU down per month, and I was not able to see it to rotate it to see which way it was going to face. So it was just like a roll of the dice which way it came out. So I will say that it apparently, unless that is just LPU to LPU specific, certain artwork is broken.
And that could be as well. Mhm.
Yeah. Southern Coin Hunter says hit that like button. Please do. As always, whenever you're watching some YouTube content, a like, a subscribe, a joining the channel all helps out. Helps out that YouTube algorithm like we always like to talk about. Thank you very much, Southern Coin Hunter. Let's see here. That's not a question. Heidi asks, will Atlas Earth team up with Robinhood and let us cash out in stock, like $5 of Pepsi? That's an interesting idea.
That is a great idea. And stocks were on the cash out list at one point. From what I understand, they just were not able to find a vendor that wanted that did what they wanted it to do. Now, does that mean it'll never come back? I don't know. But as of this time, stocks are removed from the options for coming soon future cash outs.
Yeah. I like that idea, but I think a lot of us play these different games and different platforms, and we like certain pieces of each of the platforms, and then just kind of where we all kind of gravitate back towards Atlas Earth, and we're kind of like, well, I like that really nice piece of that app. I wish it was part of Atlas Earth. Okay, so Brandon asks, are we going to get fitness for Atlas Bucks in the earn section, like walk or cycle 1 mile per Atlas Buck? I think we briefly talked about this, but go ahead.
We did briefly talk about this. It's not something being programmed at this time. Doesn't mean it'll never come to game. Just not something being programmed at this time.
It's I've been looking at these walking apps, and while I like them because it encourages me to obviously walk more, it's a tough thing from a game point of view, in that if it gives if it gives you something in game worth value, like Atlas Bucks or something like that, then you have to bring in that much value plus a good deal more to the actual company to be worth it, to be able to prioritize it, right? So the company has to have a way to make money off of it. So in most of these walking apps, I see that they play ads, right? And the ads kind of subsidize the points you get towards whatever you're doing in game. So it's a tough thing to do. And most of these walking apps, you don't make very much whatsoever off of, so cool idea. And it's a great little extra. It's just one of those things that it has to make the company money to be prioritized, right? Southern Coin Hunter asks, will we ever be able to use debit cards as part of the monthly missions? I do not have a credit card and refuse to get one. That's an interesting. I'll let you go ahead and answer that.
Right. So first, a little bit of history on how I do challenges. Since I became the community manager, I refuse to do the Atlas shopping portion of the challenges until I've finished the challenges. That's because they're not international. Now, I finished my challenges on the 19th, and I have a kiddo here at home who really loves our Atlas merch, and I buy it for her often. So I wanted to get her the new Derek shirt. If you haven't seen the new Derek shirt, it is absolutely hilarious, and there's even Derek modeling his Derek shirt. So I went on the Tesoro program, went through the Atlas shopping just like usual, and I purchased her Derek shirt with my debit card, and it worked just fine. So it's really dependent on how things are run. So if you go to an online store and it runs things through credit, whether it's a debit or not, you are not guaranteed to have it work, but sometimes it does. If you are doing things in person, then that's a little tough. There he is right there, Derek, in his Derek shirt. Yes, she got a big kick out of that.
I had to look it up when he started talking about
Yes, and he is such a good sport for doing that. Um, and looks like he has fun. He very much is as wild and crazy as his persona in game, guys. He really is. Fun guy to hang out with. Um, so it really depends. You're not guaranteed to get the credit with debit, but sometimes it'll work. My debit card just bought her this new shirt,
it.
and I got in-game credit.
Yeah, and a lot of times, just from previously managing a business who ran credit cards, um, you can choose to run debit cards as a credit, and if you do that, then you'll get credit for it. But if it's ran as a debit, then you won't get credit. Okay, that's what it really comes down to. And as I always say with these things, if you do buy something, keep your receipt, because if you don't get credit for it, you can always put in a ticket and get your credit for it that way. Okay. We're kind of winding down here. Tons of questions. Once again, I want to thank Annelise for dropping by and spending some time with us. We've got about 10 minutes left. Brandon asks, are we going to get more benefits for the Explorer Club, like double the Atlas bucks for the 20-minute ads
Mm.
for EC members only? That's a tough one.
It is a tough one. And at this time, with how our game is balanced, no. Does that mean that will change in the future? Who knows? But at this time, with our current game balancing, no. What Explorer Club benefits you have are the Explorer Club benefits you will continue to have.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of these changes, I say it a lot, but it goes back to on some of the live streams we saw with Sami, and he had kind of went into basically the idea that there's what it boils down to is one little change in game could screw up all the math in the background, and it could be, you have to be very careful about the changes you make to the game. Otherwise, you could take, you as a player might say, oh, that's great, it'll give me more Atlas bucks, but you have to multiply that by how many hundreds of thousands or millions of people are playing the game. And if that extrapolates out to be too much, then that could shut the game down. Do you really want the game to shut down, or would you prefer it to continue along and to make moderate changes over time and just be able to continue for quite some time, right? Okay. Brandon says, could Bronze Dragon ever be hired on the Atlas Earth team? I don't think they have a spot for me, but I'll just
We
leave
don't currently have
it.
any open spots. When I heard that he was between roles, I checked and I asked. Because, hey, if you get somebody in tech like that, that'd be great. Why not?
Yeah. It's tough these days. It's especially in tech. There's a lot of us are being replaced by AI. We're in a massive change as far as tech jobs go. Okay, but I'm not going to dwell on that. I have a third interview with a company this week, and it's actually a nonprofit. So if I get this job, I will be doing some good with my time. The Cave Dwellers ask, will we ever be able to use Google Play to pay for subscriptions?
Hmm, that is a great question, and I would love to be able to answer it, but I just don't know yet. It's one
Okay.
of the things we've discussed about subscriptions and for like Explore Club and Season Pass. How can we make this more accessible for more players? I just don't have an answer for it yet. I wish I did.
Yeah. Correct. Well, we've discussed this on my channel, and I think Pharaoh's discussed this on his channel as well. But Google Pay and Apple Pay, okay, and this is from me, this is not from Annelise or the team, charge for using their service. And that's part of the reason why you can go directly and buy Atlas Bucks from the Atlas Earth store on the website and get 10% more than buying them through the app. Okay. Now, my logic would say that if they took Google Pay or Apple Pay for that matter, then they would have to take 10% less. So, or charge 10% more. Okay. So that's just for me using a little bit of logic. So what Annelise said is no that's not on board for right now. Okay. Let's see here. But that's just the way I think. Brandon asked, will we be able to sync the events in the digital calendar apps such as Calendar and
Mm,
Google Calendar? Why would you want to
yeah.
sync the calendar?
Oh, absolutely. So you could
Oh,
see like
oh, I
your next
understand.
mini games coming up. Yeah,
I
that would
understand.
be super cool. But I don't see that on our programming list for the near future.
Okay. That is a good idea. I was just thinking through that. And
Mhm.
I'm like, what? And then I understood. Okay, good idea, but not in the near future. And the cave dwellers say, Bronze Dragon and Caveman have birthdays coming soon. Yes, mine's in July. And if you want to get me something, I wear a size 69 Mustang. Um, let's see here. Donnie S says, it would be great to put a random city in the world to buy its badge worldwide. It would be awesome.
Oh,
You would be a mayor and people worldwide could buy this badge of the week.
oh, yeah, a badge of a week would be really cool. But problem is we're a location-based game, so we want to encourage you to go to that place.
Yeah,
Um, Doing it where you could buy anywhere on worldwide could open us up for a lot of cheating and
yeah,
hacks, and I would hate to bring that to the game. We're trying to get that out of the game. I love the idea though.
yeah. Now, I will bring up it's not the badge, but they did discuss when landmarks go live, there will be certain landmarks that might be available on the website that anybody can buy, correct? Or
Correct.
bid for.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Uh, the investor asks if we wish to buy some merch off the
Hmm.
Atlas Earth on the website, since we're outside of the USA. First, is it possible? And if yes, do we get Atlas bucks like the USA player does?
That is an excellent question. We used to be able to do that, where you could, from outside the US, reach out and get Atlas Bucks in game. Now that we're going through the Tesoro system, I don't think it's going to work like that, which is very unfortunate. But
Okay.
you can still buy merch. The merch is really actually nice quality. I enjoy the shirts that I have. My
Mm-hmm.
daughter enjoys her shirts. Um, we have a nice hoodie or two. So they're good quality things. It's unfortunate that we are not able to do the in-game credit until Tesoro hooks up to your country.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I had thought. Yes, I will agree that the stuff I've gotten, the shirts are really nice quality. I've got like two shirts now and a coffee cup. So the answer is not anymore until they're connected, until the Tesoro XP program goes live in your country, if that ever happens. RetroCube asks, is spinning the wheel going to be spinning an actual wheel again instead of the current small, rusty looking compass needle?
Ah, so most likely not. But that's because our compass is similar to exploring. The
Mm-hmm.
Explorer Club being our theme, explore the world. It makes more sense with the overall theming of Atlas Earth than the wheel ever did.
Mm-hmm. I agree. It's something that they updated was one of the first things they updated with the user interface update, and it fits. I know there's people that don't like it, but I like it from the point that it fits in with the overall feeling of Atlas Earth, exploring the Earth, finding new places and stuff like that. So there are some people that are very vocal about not liking the compass. I kind of like it. 307 Gareth asks, will there be optional to play mini games for an hour or two? So if players play 1 hour mini game, the Atlas Buck prize pays out a quarter out of the total AB pot prize. And okay, so the question is, you had talked about in the AMA some changes that are going to happen to the mini game setup. Would you like to talk about that for a minute?
So we're going to have two different things coming. One being a tournament style, and it'll be a true tournament where it'll be open for a lot longer than 2 hours. And once you lose a specific number of times, you're out. Now, I'm not going to be able to tell you that specific number of times it's going to be because what I've been told may be different from what we end up using in game. We'll also have something called a practice hall, where in order for you to get better at the tournaments, you need to be able to practice. You'll be able to access that at any time. Whether or not you get rewarded for the practice hall, I don't know yet right
Okay.
now,
Okay.
but you may get a reward. You will get more of a reward in the tournament.
Hmm. Definitely. Okay, so those are the things that she discussed in the AMA and are on the table for going live. So there's your best answer. Wow, what a great discussion. Once again, thanks to Annelise for dropping by and spending some time with us. And if you found this useful, please like and subscribe to the channel and think about becoming a member. And remember, we do have live streams every Sunday at 12 noon Eastern Time, so please stop by if you'd like to get in on the discussion. Otherwise, this has been Bronze Dragon, and I will see you in Atlas Earth.